Welcome to episode number 5 of the Swansea City career mode, and in today's career mode we play out the month of December. Now straight away in the first game of the episode we take on Luton Town away from home, who are relegated from the Premier League last season, and this season in the Championship I think it's fair to say they are struggling. A lot of people had them a lot higher up on their list of teams to finish up higher in the table, and in this game in FIFA, well, FC25, it was tricky. And as you can see here, early on, we were able to create a few chances and started really positive. We've not been on a good run. We've just lost to Leeds, Derby, and Portsmouth now. So we're trying to get back to winning ways in this episode, of course, because at the moment we are sliding down the table. And of course, that's not what we want. Of course, we want to have a successful season and get this save rolling as soon as possible and get the Championship as soon as possible. Although we want to do it in a somewhat realistic way. We had a few good chances, and we see here, especially in the first half, we put Luton under a lot of pressure, just unable to make any of them really count, of course. And in the game, of course, I think it's fair to say Luton are performing a lot better than they are in real life. A lot of highlights to bring you from this game, though, which just shows, how entertaining it was. Be sure to let me know as well in the comment section down below. Are you guys enjoying the style of video where I'm doing a voiceover for it? Would you like a change in approach? For me, honestly, it probably is one of the most easiest ways to do it, to get the video out quicker. With the face cam, it does take a lot extra to edit, and it sort of delays the videos coming out. As you can see there, Luton did take the lead and we are 1-0 down, but with a corner here, chance to try and get our top scorer Harry Darling to try and help us out there, but didn't quite come to anything there. But we have been missing a bit of spark in midfield, which is what we're going to try and look for in the transfer window. Of course, we've already made a signing last episode with Goncalo Borges, who I'm very excited to see come in into this team. In the first game of the episode, then, we did lose to Luton, who, fair play to them, they are at the top of the Championship. We, however, are sliding down the table. To be honest, I thought we definitely could have got something against Luton in that game, but we will play them later on in the month. But now it's time to move on to the game at Home Park as we take on Plymouth Argyle. Once again, of course, they survived relegation to League One last season. And now they, of course, have Wayne Rooney in charge. Isn't that strange? I don't think, his record is particularly good. I don't think he's an outstanding manager. I think he's got potential for sure, but I don't feel like he's got a winning formula at the moment, and it doesn't quite help in terms of having a kind of player that Plymouth have. No disrespect to Plymouth, I think they're a brilliant side, and last year they were really good, but for Wayne Rooney to really succeed, I feel like he needs a bit more freedom. Birmingham, of course, he sort of had that, but come in at the wrong time, in my opinion. And at Derby, somewhat the right match because, a big club, but Derby off the field issues took the headlines, so he wasn't really in the spotlight too much. In this game against Plymouth, though, we had some very tricky, some very good chances, but once again, just like the Luton game, unable to score. And we haven't scored since the Burnley game, which was last episode and quite a long time ago. So we're trying to just put the ball in the back of the net. That would be a good start here, but honestly, just cannot get the ball off Plymouth here. And it is rather frustrating because, of course, we need to turn this form around. But Plymouth passing the ball around here. Into the box it goes. Trying to pick out a teammate. And I do not think that was a penalty at all. But the referee give it, and very dramatic there as he goes across the spot. As we can see, Matt Grimes ends up getting a yellow card. And to be honest, is this inside the box? Is it outside? I don't know. To be honest, the replay's too quick for me. And of course, it's Morgan Whittaker, the ex-Swansea City player, who tucks the ball away to make it 1-0 past Lawrence Bigaroo. Honestly, Morgan Whittaker, I think he's a fantastic footballer. I would love to see him stay at Swansea, but unfortunately things didn't quite turn out. And last season in the Championship, he was an absolute star, scoring loads of great goals. This season, we haven't really seen that side of him this far in the league campaign, but I'm sure really we're looking to get something a lot out of one of their star players there. We did go on a great run there, but it's just the final product here. We're getting to the final third, and honestly, a striker might have to be a priority whether we go and buy one in January or we look at Mikola Kuhahenovic, Josh Thomas, or even Jerry Yates to recall. It might have to be an option. We are also looking at the option of potentially making the budget a little bit bigger. Of course, there are players I want to sign, the likes of Manuel Benson, I've spoken about a lot in the last video as well. He's someone that maybe not too realistic, but a player that honestly I absolutely love here. And of course, in real life with Swansea, having a new takeover with new owners now, I do not know what to expect in terms of transfer budgets. I don't think it will drastically change, but I feel like we're going to have a bit more to work with and a bit more to spend. And hopefully in January, in real life, the Swans are able to improve because recently we've put in some top performances and just really unlucky not to quite get the results, I think it's fair to say. Here we are on the left-hand side of the Times, closing down, but we have a huge chance here with Ronaldo. Scored a great goal from a similar position against Burnley. And this time, loses the ball, but the ref will give us a free kick. I think this is the first free kick we've had in absolutely ages. Grimes to step over it. Left foot. Can he beat the wall and get a shot on target? Grimes. He can. And it's into the corner. But keeper gets there first and denies us an equaliser. And our first goal in what would almost be a month at this point in the episode. And in the end then, the game ends. Plymouth 1, Swansea 0. And we're just in a rot here. Cardiff wanted to sign Christian Pedersen. Let's be honest, it's never happening. One interesting offer, though, was Watford wanted Andy Fisher. Now, Andy Fisher is someone that I love in real life, but in the game, it might be time to move him on. We have got McLaughlin, of course, till the end of the season. On a short-term contract, we've got Lawrence Figueroa, who is the number one for now. Nathan Broom also looking to leave the club. So I feel like we can allow the departure there of Andy Fisher. Philip Lisa to go out on loan. I did want to sort of get some of these deals done early, just so that we, in January, don't have to worry completely about all the signings. We can sort of get a bit of a head start, which is why I wanted to sign the likes of Goncalo Borges last episode, and I'm very happy with it. We'll accept loan offers here for Ben Lloyd, another player I'm very excited for, both in real life and in the career mode. The only thing is, though, is on career mode with the likes of these players, it's so hard to give them the game time to let them grow. So even if they go out on loan, Fleetwood's players in that position are going to be a lot better. So how much game time is Ben Lloyd going to get? That's another question. But I do wish on EAFC I wish there was a way to sort of have a youth team to sort of play, not the youth academy, if that sort of makes sense. So something separate again. I feel like that would be really good. Or something maybe you could connect both of them to. I feel like that would be really good. But I guess then that's sort of the point of the cup competitions. But there's no real way to grow low-rated players in the game unless you're doing a Road to Glory and actually playing it yourself. Because send them on loan now. I don't know how many games you're going to get. Probably not a lot. And that is disappointing. There we can see we did agree a deal to sell Josh Ginnelly. It's not a deal I wanted to happen. It's not something I originally planned. But I feel like because of our situation financially, I feel like we have to raise a little bit of money to get him a player for longer than Ginnelly. You know, Ginnelly in real life very injury prone. Hopefully he's going to be back soon. But send to Luton Town, I feel like would be a smart move for the amount of money we got. I feel like it's a fair deal. It's not something I wanted to happen for cheap. So to get that amount of money from, I'm happy with the deal. He does offer us a lot though. Going forward, of course, a very quick and a good player to get the ball to, and he's got the quality to finish the chances off as well, which of course you want to see. In this game, we play against Sunderland. Now, Sunderland in real life are having a great season, currently top of the league. Can they maintain that? At the moment, they've drawn, I think it's 2 or 3 games in a row, so they need to stop the drawing at the moment. But no, a great squad, good manager in Regis Lebris, and they may be on to something. I think they will get at least the playoffs. I can't see them quite getting the top 2, just because of the points they're dropping. It's not necessary to well, no disrespect, but to the top teams in the division. But I do think they're definitely good enough to be up there. And it's crazy because it's the first season they've had without Jack Clark since of course he signed for them a few years ago, and everyone thought that would make them a lot weaker. A known manager, of course, as well. It's crazy. And I tell you what else is crazy: that goal that Wilson. Uh, Isidore, is that how you pronounce his name? I hope so. I don't want to offend anyone, but yeah, it's a goalmouth scramble, and it happened last episode against Derby for one of the goals. It's happened here again in this one. I just feel like EAFC right now is completely against me. No matter what I do, nothing's going right. As a good save there from the free kick by Lawrence Figueroa. But once again, talking about Sunderland, of course, last season wasn't a great season. The season before, they made the Championship playoffs after coming up from League One. And it's a team that I think is absolutely fantastic. They can see the confirmation of Andy Fisher going out for 1.2 million, which I think is very fair. If this was to happen in real life, it would be a profit. As Ben Lloyd goes out on loan for 2 years to Barrow. Whether he'll stay on loan for 2 years is another thing. We might end up recalling him. We'll see how he does by this time next season in January and be consider. Also, Josh Nelly going to Luton Town for 2.1 million. I don't think I would have sold him for less than 2 million. So to get that price tag, I think's fair. It's just very sad to see Janelli going. It's not by choice. If we had a little bit extra in the bank, it would not be happening. But the age he is at 27, 28. I think it is only right to moving on to try and get a better player in for longer in this career mode, which I'm sure you guys can understand. Into the next game, then we play against Hull City. Good free kick there, even better save on the highlights there from Vigouroux. But Hull City, of course, in real life, under Tim Walter, they've not had a good start at all. It did look promising for a little bit. They went on a little bit of a run, but that didn't last too long. And then Hull have just gone right down the table at the moment, which is very unfortunate, of course. But fingers crossed for Hull, they can bounce back. Of course, last season they were challenging for the playoffs, looked really exciting. And in the bizarre decision to sack Liam Rosenior, I don't think anyone will understand. But in this game, once again, we're searching for a goal and a win. But I mean, if you don't score, you don't win. And we're not scoring at the moment, so there's no chance of us winning or even getting anything out of games. So in this one, it was a big game, big test against Hull City, of course, and I do like a lot of their players, likes of Miller, of course, the likes of Balumi, I think, is a great signing from the summer. But in this game, we were able to get forward, trouble them. I feel like it was quite an end-to-end game. But in the end, of course, as you'll see, the poor run continued. I hate to break it to you, but it does continue. Hull just too strong, and some of the players I mentioned there are really good. And for Hull struggling in real life, it is a little bit confusing how a side of such quality can be struggling. There's the first goal from Hull to take the lead there. However, will we get our first goal? Good decision making there to win the corner. Timon whips it in, Darling's the target, and away by Hull, and cleared away there for a counter-attacking opportunity for Hull. Once again, Hull in the box, and we're just able to get it away. Not clear. Once again, Hull just maintaining possession. In a dangerous position. Ben Cabango's been to the left and right here. Looks like he's on Strictly Come Dancing on a Saturday night. And Hull still working it. Cabango slides in. Advantage played to Hull, and here they will get the free kick brought back for them. What can Hull do here, if anything? Can they double their lead? Short it goes. As they run into the box, they run into a brick wall. And then so do we. It's much like a game of tennis, this, watching it on the replay. Inside it goes, edge of the box. Hull moving it round. Another foul, no. 2-0. And recently, we've not been too bad defensively. The end of last month, where we conceded 4 to Leeds, 4 to Derby, that was poor. And then to concede, of course, to Portsmouth, to Plymouth, to Sunderland, to Luton, of course, all 1-0 defeats, I'm pretty sure. And now 2-0, so just not good enough at the moment. But can we score? That is something that we're trying our very best to do. The last game before Christmas, this one, which well, if it was to end like this in real life, we'd be very disappointed going into Christmas Day. But of course, the magic of the festive period of this time of year is that there's so many games of football, which is why we absolutely love it here, especially in the Premier League, Championship, EFL system, in English football. Why we love this time of year because so much football. I know across the world, of course, they do take a break for Christmas, and let me know what you think about that in the comment section down below because for me, I feel like I can't imagine not having football around Christmas, But in some places in the world, I guess it is usual for that. Of course, growing up with it, of course, it must be, and they must think it's strange here in England, and in English football for football to be played across the festive seasons. But I think it's absolutely brilliant. Of course, so many games in such a short amount of time. Really entertaining. When the holidays, of course, arrive, just you're never bored really. There's always a game on. The Carabao Cup getting to the important end as well. It's all happening. Loads of sport with the this of course darts as well. It's fantastic. The snooker, of course, as well. So much. I'm sort of going off on a it's my Christmas list almost there. All the things I want, but no. In this game, Hull still pushing for a third. Um, but no, the point I'm trying to make is in England, so much sporting events around Christmas, which is incredible, and that's why we love it, and that's the way we want it to keep. And not these managers trying to influence change, because there's been so much change recently already with the football, and we want that to stop, really, don't we? Next game, then, we are at home on Boxing Day after we fall to defeat to Hull. It's time to play QPR, and now this one is sort of a must-win game because the poor run lost to Leeds, Derby, Portsmouth, Plymouth, Luton, Sunderland, Hull, and this one would make it 8 defeats in a row. I don't think we can do that, can we? I've got it in my head that we did lose to Portsmouth. I'm pretty sure we did. However, at the moment, I'm sort of 50-50 on whether we actually did or not. Good strike there and to force the corner. We have been starting games pretty well recently, which is, of course, where we're very happy about. Ball goes in here towards Darling, but too close to the keeper on that occasion. QPR then, in real life, of course, survived relegation last season, managed by Marti Cifuentes, a manager who last season was incredible. This season, yeah, he seems to have not really done much with QPR, currently sitting bottom of the championship, as a big opportunity here for Elias Chair from the free kick. Quite far out, but it is Chair range. No, it's not. It's into a chair in the stadium in the QPR away end. Hopefully, he can continue to hit free kicks like that all game. And now a huge chance gifted for the Swans, surely to make it 1-0 off the bar. Post or bar, it's one of them. From this distance, looking at the replay, I can't quite tell. But what do we have to do to score a goal? I do not know. It's just the FC gods are against us completely. We cannot score a goal. Now QPR look to try and get one. Edge of the box it goes. Skill shot wide. Huge chance missed there from QPR as we make the change here to bring on Eon. On he goes. And Swan's out from the back. We survived that little scare there and able to progress the ball forward a little bit more. Here is Eon. Just come on. Eon wiggling his way through. Eon! What a substitution! He's just come on the pitch. And he's just put the Swans ahead. The man we needed to get us the goal. We haven't scored in over a month in the career mode. Last goal was against Burnley at the start of November, but we scored here. And QPR go down the other end. Elias Chair to equalise. 1-1. But we, straight from kickoff again, go forward and Cullen's just able to keep that one under complete control. Disappointing in the end. But we have scored a goal and we're still in this game. The referee is going to give the free kick here to QPR once again. Elias Chair range. The Moroccan from this free kick for QPR into the back of the net it goes. And from the free kick he hit earlier, it's the free kick he hit now. I don't understand it. Where's the consistency? We knew he had the quality. One of the best players in the championship. But on how he performed in the first half to how he performed in the second half is two different players. What a free kick. There's no denying that. But just when we thought maybe we were able to get something on Boxing Day, maybe not anymore. However, we are not going to give up. Ball left hand side into the box we go. Cuts back. No one waiting in the centre. And that might just be that as QPR drive the ball away. And that, in fact, is that. Another defeat. So I thought it was time to just have a little bit of a break. And into the rush gameplay it was as we play Millwall here in the Rush Cup. In the Rush Cup, that sort of sounds somewhat right, but not at the same time. Of course, we're doing our very best here to develop the youth squad and have a promising future for this career mode. And we went 1-0 up here against Millwall. Good ball on the right hand side across the face of goal, and couldn't really miss from that distance, could we? As we make it 1-0. But we weren't stopping there. We wanted a few goals, and we made it 2 not long after. And so we just wanted to get the confidence levels up, and I feel like that is something we are doing pretty well at the moment. Millwall, though, score that goal. And we've had a lot of dodgy keeping recently in the last 2 episodes, but thankfully we're able to win that one 2-1 and back to league action. The last game of the episode as the Swans host Luton for the last game in 2024, and we are underway. As we already spoke about in this episode, Luton Town, managed by Rob Edwards. He is on thin ice in real life, but in his career mode there at the summit and at the top end of the championship. I can't remember actually if they are still at the top before this game, but they're definitely close. I'll give you that. But in this game, of course, we give Josh Nelly a run out of his final game before his new side Luton will take over for him, of course. And yeah, great player. But as we say, hopefully we can reunite. Maybe if we get back to the Premier League, we'll have a bit more funds, and maybe Janelli by then will be a little bit cheaper, fingers crossed. But in this game, of course, we had a bit more confidence to go and score a goal, and scored last time. And with Janelli on the ball, the pace and power he possesses, that's exactly what we aim to do. Ball in midfield here. Janelli with a run. Janelli picked up the ball. Into the box he goes. Smashes it past Kaminsky. And the Swans score. Janelli on the farewell party. But scoring here to help out the club he's playing for and not the one he's about to join. And if this was to happen on our final game in 2024, we would take that all day long right now. But just the other results before it need to be fixed up immediately, if I'm honest. Ball on the left-hand side here. Driving down the line. He had a lot of confidence at this point, and good ball, no, not a great ball into the box, but good run. Ball gifted here. Once again to Janelli. Driving through. Janelli's got 2. The Swans, after not being able to score for ages, scored in the last game and scored 2 in this game. But the poor thing about it is, the guy that scored is leaving us, and that's not great. But against Luton Town, not many highlights to show you, but we get the job done. A win 2-0, and very happy with that indeed. A much needed win because this episode we've dropped so many points. And as you can see here, next episode will be starting January in 2025. But here's confirmation of Goncalo Borges as he joins the Swans here. Fantastic news, and can you imagine if we made a sign like this in real life? That would be incredible. Look at these cutscenes though. The player doing his medical, all that stuff, and an announcer, the manager, myself there with Goncalo Borges there for the photo. Number 13. You know what? I think it suits him. And now we're going to try and go in for a deal for Manuel Benson. A player I absolutely love. Under Vincent Company in the Championship, I thought he was incredible. Last season didn't quite do as well as I thought he would do. Here I'm just having a look to see if there's anyone we can potentially put as part of a deal. I don't believe there was anyone we could put up. It's quite a light squad to what we do have. But Benson's one of them players that on the right hand side, cutting on the left foot, is lethal. And a player I don't want to be playing against. So we want him on our team to try and help the Swans. We did try and offer Pedson here, but they don't want him. Instead, they just want money. And that is what we intend to give them, but not as much as they're wanting here. And I can tell you, we did agree a deal with Benson, and hopefully he becomes a Swans player very soon. However, it is a lot of money. Do we splash out all on Benson? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you have enjoyed the episode, be sure to drop a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one very soon, guys. Take care. Goodbye.